I'm falling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the day is upon us. I have the sensation of Mr. Alex Wayt with me. Yes!
Yeah.
I'm MexiGary. You might know me from a band called Three Card Trick, but you'll definitely know this man from the Alex Wayt Band and the Lockhearts. Hi Alex, thanks for coming.
No worries, pal. How are you?
I'm decidedly average.
Alright, cool. Well, you know, it's better than most, I suppose.
Right, so this is my third podcast. We had Doug Jagger, we had Eddie Traynor, now the sensation Mr. Alex Wayt here. We haven't really got a plan of what we're going to talk about, have we? But,
Nah, it would be weird if we did.
yeah.
So,
why break the habit of a lifetime, eh? So, first thing I want to talk about is what you have in your hand.
So this is a lovely protein shake that my lovely girlfriend made me at last minute because I was running late to get here. So yeah, thank you, Tori. But yeah, I actually forgot what was in it. But it's definitely protein. So yeah, I'm one of those guys now.
You got like, is there actually any? Like...
I'm one of those protein fucking douchebags that just walk about with their fucking shake and I don't know. Sorry, are we allowed to swear in this, by the way?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Yeah. That's Twitch, bitch. So yeah, thanks for joining us, folks. If you're in the, we haven't got the viewer count on. So if there's anybody there watching, let us know you're here. We're going to be uploading this to YouTube as well, obviously. But yeah, what the first thing we would like to do on the podcast is the beer mats, and we get to pick beer mats. For you,
really?
For your protein shake, we've got.
Oh fuck! Okay.
We've got beer mats modelled on with pictures of amps on them, and you get to pick your favourite 2 amps to use as your. So we've got Vox,
right?
We've got Vox, Orange,
no,
Marshall, and High Watt.
Wait, High Watt?
Yeah.
I'll take Vox.
You're gonna take Vox? Okay.
Yeah, Vox every time. Yeah, cool.
Actually, there's a nice Vox sitting right behind you.
Oh.
Vox,
Hi, Vox.
Is it? Craig McGill's here. How you doing, Craig?
Hi, Craig.
Have you seen Craig's gone solo? Seen Craig's solo videos? Craig.
Oh, the backing track stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck! Wow, yeah. I've got a couple of questions for him actually, but I'll leave that for another time.
I love how we do a podcast and it's like I'm supposed to be asking you questions, but you're asking the guests. The
yeah, Gary, go take a break somewhere. So anyway, Craig.
I'll just leave you to it then.
And
Craig.
my next guest on Gary's podcast is.
Brilliant. So, how's the gigs been going?
Good. Just yeah. Ever since lockdown stopped and we were coming back to doing weddings and pub gigs again and all that, I thought it was going to be like a gradual kind of, we're just slowly starting to get busy, but it was the complete opposite. We were just like thrown right into the deep end, and I think because I'd taken so long off singing, I think within day 3 my voice just said nah.
Yeah. Well,
you did barely talk for like a week after it.
Yeah, you did do a bit of streaming. When in lockdown, didn't you?
A little bit. I try not to think about that actually, because that was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, you said you didn't really enjoy it, but I thought it was great every time, man.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad somebody enjoyed it.
Connor's here as well. We played Connor's wedding a couple of weeks ago.
Cool.
It was longer than that. It was about a month ago. Was it, Connor? Maybe 2 months ago actually. And it was a great night. That was the first dance was. I played it on my stream a couple of. Maybe about a week ago, but yeah, and it was kind of I can't remember the name of the venue, but it was. Connor can tell us the name of the venue, and we'll see if Alex has ever played it. But it was a bit like Glenskirley Castle. That type of room, you know.
That's a great
and I thought, well, I don't know if we're going to get away with rocking out here. And within like 3 songs, they were asking for Green Day and Fall Out Boy and Blink, so it turned out to be like a proper rocker. Like, yeah, it was great fun at Connor's wedding. So yeah, have you done any notably awesome weddings recently?
We did. Oh, fuck, we did one. We did one recently. Actually, it was a wedding. It was a venue we never played before. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like from start to finish. Like the dance floor was never
Great.
like empty.
Yeah, I don't mean it was never great. I'm just saying it was.
Actually, we did a great wedding for a pal of mine who still works at Ginty McGinty's in Ashton Lane.
Really?
He got married to his lovely Mrs. Sarah, a guy called Gareth. He probably won't be watching, but no, his wedding was actually really, really cool.
Right.
And
Whereabouts was that?
again, I can't fucking remember. Man.
Right.
See, when it comes to names and stuff like that, honestly, I'll literally just go.
Even your own.
I know.
Alex, what?
Don't ask me to play any songs I won't remember. Yeah.
Oh Jesus! It was just over 2 months ago was Connor's wedding.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can't remember the venue, but I remember it being a good one. We did a new. I think it was a new venue for us. Let's have a look. Oh no, it wasn't. It was just we haven't played it for about 6 years. The Alona in Motherwell, beside
right.
Strathclyde Park.
We've not played that one in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like right there, and we'd never play it. You know, I don't know. Maybe people who book it like prefer DJs or whatever. But so it's because it's a beautiful stage, awesome venue.
Yeah, huge actually. It's quite big. Marquee in it. It's a marquee. Yeah.
It's kind of it's a solid marquee though. It's not it's not like a tent. You know what I mean?
All right.
But you know the main thing is it's an easy load-in. So yay! That's really what we. Craig said he'd done a Bowfield Hotel. That was what it was. We played that one.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
sounds familiar.
Oh, but it was Bowfield. It wasn't Country House. Might have been Country House. Craig said he'd done a Gatsby themed wedding on Saturday.
He did a Gatsby themed wedding.
Yeah, he just said he'd done a Gatsby themed wedding. Did you have to dress up for that one, Craig? Or
I was like, how does that work? Were they expecting you to play? I was going to say Gatsby songs, but what the fuck would that be?
Don't know. Did Leonardo DiCaprio show up? Or was it his wedding to a 4-year-old?
Yeah, I was considering doing the backing track thing as well. Actually, that's what I need to talk to Craig about, by the way. So if you don't mind,
I'll just take it. I'll just go for a shit.
But no, the stuff that I've seen the Craig's is pretty cool, man. So yeah, I don't think Craig, have I ever met you? I'm really fucking sorry if I have, man. But I don't know if I have ever met you already, or I'm not sure, because I know you guys are with the same agency, aren't you? Coast.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Craig used to be with Highway.
Right.
So I think, in fact, I've only met Craig maybe once or twice, and it's probably both been at showcases.
Oh really? Aye. Right. Okay.
We keep promising or threatening each other that we're going to go for a drink one day.
No, we haven't met. No, I figured, but yeah, definitely get a pint in soon.
Yep. And shoot the shit, and you can talk about your backing tracks and how you're.
Well, I mean, we can.
Yeah.
Just morbid curiosity. That's it.
I loved how Craig was doing with his wedding showcase video. He actually started with "Hysteria" by Muse, and I was like, Jesus, that's a bold move, especially for somebody on their own.
Yeah,
and he was fucking amazing at it.
Didn't you do "Plug-in Baby" as well?
Sorry, it was "Plug-in Baby." It wasn't.
Was it "Plug-in Baby"?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was "Plug-in Baby." What a great guitar part that is! Like, Matt Bellamy's obviously a big fan of like classical music, but I think, because most people are not, he can use a lot more artistic license than you would think. You know, a lot of his stuff is direct, well, not direct rip-offs, but you know, very similar to.
That's right. Yeah. That was actually like the first time I started playing electric guitar. That was one of the first songs that I was learned was "Plug-in Baby." Just that intro part.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love playing it. Like we do maybe. Do you do any other Muse songs? Do you do Hysteria?
We don't. No, we don't do any Muse actually.
Oh, you don't,
no. Yeah, we should. But
yeah, we should do more Bryan Adams. So.
Oh well.
Can't have too much Bryan Adams, though, can you?
I feel you guys get asked a lot. I feel you guys get asked to play songs that are really out there. A bit more. Not even that. Like nobody's ever came up to us and say, "Oh, do you know any Muse?"
Oh right.
And yet Muse is like a fucking really popular
it's
band, but nobody ever asks for it.
It is
I feel
weird,
you guys get asked for it.
Well, we do.
Well, would you know?
I think it's just because, well, they don't ask for it straight away, but once they start like realising what kind of music we play, they're like, oh, have you got any news? Or one of the weirdest ones is, you got any System of a Down? Like, have you ever been asked for Chop Suey?
No, I can't say we have. No, I don't think they look at us and think they might know Chop Suey. You know what I mean?
Might do, but there's been a couple of times where we've actually, it seems like we've played at a wedding that each other should have been doing.
I know.
The opposite, like my first dance is Bryan Adams, is yours is Foo Fighters or something like that.
I know.
It's like,
You bastard!
Should we just swap weddings? Would anybody notice? Yes, the answer is yes. Anyway, I didn't do my intro that I was planning for you. So it's MexiGary Makes Friends, episode 3 or whatever. So with me today I have singer, songwriter, guitarist, bassist, drummist, artist, board games designer. Is there anything this man can do?
The answer is no.
Right, so we were just to get. That was an old man laugh right there.
It's going to be a long night, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
I remember the most I've ever laughed was me and Mex and Neil were on the bus to Carlisle once, and he said something funny. I said, "Oh, it's going to be one of them nights," and he went, "It's going to be 6 of those nights." I was like, "What does that even mean?" But it was funny. Oh, I just did a partridge. Never mind. So normally on podcasts, you get people going, "Oh, what's your top 3? What's your top 5?" We're going to do top 4. So, what's your top 4 songwriting influence?
Influence? Oh, fuck. Well, Goo Goo Dolls, obviously.
Well, it's not obvious to them.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry. I just feel the whole fucking world knows at this point. It's like, right, Alex, we get it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good name for your next album. Right, Alex, wait. Right, Alex, we get it.
Oh.
Featuring the hits Jing 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 the Jing 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 and the other one. And the hit single, 4 on the Floor.
Fucking hell, I'm that predictable.
No, I'm just kidding. Man.
No, but Goo Goo Dolls is like one of my main ones. I'd say, yeah, just like Goo Goo Dolls, Bryan Adams. Like some newer ones actually, like are like bands like Haim.
I thought you might mention them. Yeah,
mentioned Haim a couple of times.
I definitely think they've been
definitely the latest songs that I've been writing are kind of more, kind of like that ish.
Yeah, they're very. You can tell by listening to the production on your latest album, Aura.
Aye.
That Haim has been a big influence on that.
Yeah.
I think because I think.
Well, it was very synth heavy.
Yeah, you went through a bit of a Killers phase with like stuff like Just Another Girl, and
I'm still kind of going through that phase, to be honest. But
hurry up and get out of it.
I know.
No, I actually love the Killers, man. You know, I'm absolutely sick to death of playing Mr. Brightside, hearing Mr. Brightside, hearing the words Mr. Brightside. Even though I just said Mr. Brightside 3 times and now 4, I'm actually sick of that song. But we started playing Somebody Told Me recently. Did you ever play that one?
No, that's on the list actually.
No, that's a quality. That just. I didn't think that a song, because that was basically the first single. Did you know that? Everybody think Mr. Brightside was the first single, but Somebody Told Me was the first single, and then it did okay, and then Mr. Brightside came out, fucking nailed it. So they re-released. This is back in the days when people would re-release songs.
Right.
So they re-released Somebody Told Me, and it still didn't do any better than it did the first time.
You know, that actually happened with The Darkness as well. I think they released Growing on Me.
Growing on Me was the first one, yeah.
It didn't do well, and then they released I Believe in a Thing Called Love, and that did so well, and then they re-released Growing on Me, and then that ended up being just as big as...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think so anyway.
Well, I don't think it... Have you played I Believe in a Thing Called Love and Growing on Me at a wedding? I think most people would dance to would recognise it, but I believe in a thing called love, you know.
I actually prefer Growing on Me. I think it's a fucking
I do as well, actually. That chord sequence in the chorus, that F sharp to the G, well, I don't know what key it's in, but you know,
it's a great tune.
I can't do it, but you know. Craig says timing's running out is another good one to do. That's a good one for the bass player as well. Dean just got a new bass pedal. In fact, me and Gibby bought him it.
It's not Boss, is it?
It's a Boss GT1B, so it's like the base
The
version
base
of the one I use.
I seen that.
And,
I think you guys were playing at Box the last time I seen you play,
right,
and that's when I looked at it. It sounded great.
Yeah, yeah. Mine is his is obviously brand new and pristine, and it's silver and it's beautiful, and it just made mine look like a homeless person right next to it. You know what I mean? Mine's like got stickers on it and writing and shit. Like, don't forget these settings. It's like it's digital. You're not supposed to remember the settings. Like, I still need to.
Looked as if it just got back from Nam. You know, it's like fucking. It's got battle scars and fucking everyone, man.
Yeah. It's got back.
You know, it's got fucking. It's been amputated in some parts. You know what I mean, like. And that was only on day 2 of him having it.
That's brilliant. No, speaking of Nam,
wait, what?
I know. I was watching Good Morning Vietnam the other day with Robin Williams, and it inspired me to learn the song "Fortunate Son," which is crazy that I've never played it.
That's a great tune. I would play it all the time.
Do you play it all the time? Does it go down well at weddings?
It does actually. I never thought it would, but it does.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Yeah. I sometimes like we've tried it a few times, and we often I've started doing this thing where I'll play 2 songs by the same artist back to back. I feel like if people are dancing to Bad Moon Rising, then they'll probably dance to Fortunate Son. You know, or if you're playing like, you know, of all the fucking songs, like if they're dancing to, Jesus, help me out here, man. You know, a crazy little thing called Love, which is not a good example because we always start with that. It's always crazy little thing, Superstition, I'm a Believer, Shut Up and Dance, and then we started doing Twist and Shout, and Sam Cooke's Twisting the Night Away.
Oh right, I keep forgetting you guys. Excuse me, you guys do Shut Up and Dance. That's quite early on for Like for us, that's like a kind of like 11:30 song.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
but for you, it's like right at the beginning.
Yeah, but let's. I mean, when do you do Mr. Brightside then?
Again, that's like a end of the night.
Well, the reason I separate them is because they're very similar songs. Like you see that intro riff is quite. It sounds similar to people. You know what I mean? So I tend to separate them a little bit. Right. But they would actually make a good medley when you think about it.
They do. I would actually. Aye. I never thought that.
I think Mr. Brightside's maybe a bit faster. But Craig says, get me on with Alex next time, minus the protein shake.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, man. I know.
We've got a bottle of Honey Jack there that Eddie left from last night.
You know, I like how it's like been put here. So it's like, Jack Daniels.
I'm trying to get
with your protein shake, yeah. Fuck protein powder when you've got Honey Jack. Yeah.
In fact, give us a Honey Jack. It's been a while since I had a bit of Honey Jack.
Actually, you know what? I've been having a lot of honey lately because I'm on a diet.
Right.
Yeah, I've been on this diet for like 4 months now, I think.
Thanks, Eddie.
And I've been having a lot of honey lately, so I'm thinking I might go in the honey. Not that actually, no, I won't because there's a fuck ton of sugar in it probably. But you know what? Fuck it. And the nights when I'm drinking, that's usually the nights where I don't give a fuck anyway.
Yeah.
So
well, you say that, but the last couple of times we've been out, you drink vodka soda and fresh lime.
Yep,
which is. I'm surprised you've stuck with that because I know how much you love your beer.
I know. So I'm basically not having fun when I'm out as well.
Oh, you seem to be having fun the other night on your
birthday. That was fucking... Oh, Jesus, that was an exception, that. But.
We went to Bar Block on Bath Street for Alex's birthday, and we thought it was going to be one of them nights. So it's like, okay, it's booked for... What time was it, 7?
I think so, yeah.
So everybody showed up at 7. It was like, well, we'll probably end up going to Slouch and Box, and 3 o'clock in the morning, we're still sitting there in Block. It was such a good time.
Yeah. I'm just being a lazy cunt. I just don't like to move.
Yeah,
if I don't have
creature of habit. Okay, I'm happy here. Yeah.
Well, there's a bar there. Yeah, it's not too loud. Just fucking,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm very comfortable.
Yeah.
I get comfortable very quickly.
And it happened to be an open mic that night as well, did it not?
There was, but it wasn't annoying enough that we couldn't have a conversation. I was like, like it's so weird. Like, we're because like you're the same actually. So you'd think. Us being musicians, but like I always see like a couple of guys coming in with like drum kits and fucking guitars and all that, and we go, oh yes, there's a band on. No, we're not like that at all, man.
That's only, by the way, that's only because that's no disrespect to the other.
Yeah, band. Like I mean,
like, sometimes
unless it's someone we know, then fine,
Yeah,
but
if we go out to specifically see a band, it's like
that's
fine. But if you're just sitting chilling, you guys know what I mean, But it's like on your day off. You know, if you're playing for 5 or 6 nights in a row, you get one day off. Me and Alex are going to a pub for a quiet chat, and it's just like a busman's holiday. You know what I mean? On your day off, you're still listening to music.
Yeah, like if we saw like, you know, our pal like, you know, John McIntyre come in and be like, oh yes, let's go watch him, or D, oh yes, let's go watch him, you know, like, or even Craig, you know. So yeah, we would.
Wow. No, you're right though. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Or God forbid, Dean. You know, Dean might do a gig. And
Oh yeah. Well, I put you two together anyway, so.
Oh well, true. But I think Dean should start doing more solo gigs.
In fact, I think Dean should do one of your podcasts. You should have him on soon.
Fucking serious.
No. Well, is he that sick of you that he doesn't want to fucking...
Well, think about the amount of time I would love to have him on, but I don't think he would want to come on, is what I mean. That's why I laughed there, by the way. I was like, Dean, if you want to come on, I would love to have you, but I think he's going to be washing his hair that day. You know what I mean? You'd be like, the amount of time that we spend in the van next to each other just talking, coming up with anything to kill the 4-hour drive, you know what I mean? And like Gibby comes up with some random stuff like
Sorry, there's a big massive fucking empty protein shake just right in the way here. I'm not trying to promote any healthy fucking living here, guys, don't worry.
I am. Jack Daniel's honey. Good. It's good for your...
Get your vitamin C in.
Yeah. Oh, Leanne's here, sorry.
Hi, Leanne. How you doing, pal?
Genuine fuck face. Genuine fuck face.
Oh, that's nice.
She's really sticking with that name. I really don't know why.
Well, she's being genuine.
Yeah. I keep forgetting Leanne's a mod on here as well. So unfortunately, none of the chat commands are working because I haven't linked them up yet. But yeah, or maybe they are, but they're mostly related to when I do music stuff, like bringing up the set list or stuff like that. So yeah, if you just joined us, guys, thank you very much. My name's Gary, aka MexiGary. This is Alex Wayt, aka Alex Wayt. We didn't even finish our first question, which was your 4 songwriting influences.
Oh,
we got Goo Goo Dolls, Haim.
I don't know. It's hard because they're so varied.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think going back, like just like, you know, Goo Goo Dolls, Bryan Adams, I would say maybe Semisonic in...
Oh, brilliant.
I don't know. There's
Best Semisonic song?
So many. I'd say either Chemistry or...
Oh, that's an unusual one.
It's a great tune. Either that or Singing in My Sleep.
I knew you were going to say that. I thought that would be your first... Oh, Craig says, what's your favourite song to play live?
Covers? Oh, fuck.
Well, he didn't specify that.
It changes every time, to be honest, man. Like, you know, like you get excited about playing a song because you just learned it and then you play it, and if it does well, then great. But after a while, you go, okay, I'm fucking sick of this song. Let's play something else or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Right now, I'm liking all the Dua Lipa stuff.
Dua Lipa?
Well, yeah, there's a song called Be the One. We do that one quite a lot, and it's only 2 chords the entire way through. Right. And but no, it's a great song. And Don't Start Now. There's another one we do.
Don't Start Now.
Don't Start Now. Yeah, it's a great bass line as well. Right. So so yeah, I enjoy playing a lot of Dua Lipa stuff as well.
Does it go down
lately?
Well, like the people with these songs, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. No, I remember when Shape of You by Ed Sheeran came out, and it was like it broke all these records for like fastest video to reach 1 million or 1 billion views on YouTube or something like that. And I was like, right, cool, we've got to learn this one. We fucking played it for 5 gigs in a row, and everybody was just like, what's this? Maybe it's because we don't have a marimba player. That's what's in the intro, isn't it? It's not a marimba.
I know, we're missing all the gimmicks, man. No.
I know. I actually watched about 2 hours worth of Ed Sheeran's looper tutorials. Just people teaching you how to loop, because I was getting sick of the band. That's a joke, by the way. And I was just like, how does this really work? And then at the end of it, I was like, nah, that was a waste of 2 hours.
Oh, really?
This couldn't be bothered. I'd rather do what you and Craig are thinking of doing.
Does it not only work if you're doing like the same chords the whole way through?
I think so, yeah. I mean, there's some looper pedals that are a little bit more elaborate, so you can actually add an A and B section. So you can record, you know, a chord sequence for the chorus and a chord sequence for the verse.
But wouldn't you have to play those first before you loop them?
You would have to play them first, but then you can stop and start.
Right.
So you can actually press one button that switches between the two loops.
So before you start singing the song, you have to wait about 5 minutes before he basically plays the whole fucking thing.
Exactly, man. Craig says debut "Don't Stop Me Now" at the weekend, and it's a new favourite. The track helps though. Oh yeah. I mean, "Don't Stop Me Now." We've only just started playing that song.
Oh, it's a great tune.
I guess you've been playing it for years.
I'd say within a year we've been playing it. Aye.
Yeah.
But you know, it goes down. It goes down really well.
Is that towards the end of the night song for you guys?
Again, I kind of like, you know, just before 11:30 kind of night.
Aye.
But like Dua Lipa's like one of my favourite new artists. Now she's something quite disco-y about her. She's just got really catchy songs, even though that's not the type of thing that I would normally listen to or whatever. But
oh, did you know the song? It's Dean sings it. It's lights out, got in the job, I got it. Oh, it's physical. Do you know that one?
What's that one? I don't know it, unfortunately.
We can actually have a wee listen, but because Twitch is so good at picking up when I'm playing copyrighted music. That's why I put the unsigned bands on for the breaks and stuff like that. Dua Lipa, physical. Let's have a listen. I bet you recognise this one, man. Let me know if you guys can hear this. We have to talk over it though, because otherwise it'll get caught. It should be coming through now. Dean said, I learned this. It took me about 5 hours to learn it. I was like, it's 4 chords. He goes, yeah, but the video. He watched the video for about 5 hours. What a chorus this is though, man. It could be. I think what Dean said was like, he likes it because if it wasn't by her, it could have been by Fall Out Boy. You know,
really?
Do you imagine that on a distorted guitar?
Holy shit.
Got to get to the chorus, man.
Don't you agree to go to sleep when I got you
Chorus
next to
is banging.
me?
I don't think I've heard that one actually. No.
It's a banger. Like, well, let's look at the state of this one. 382 million views.
Is that all right?
Is that all right? And yet, sometimes when we play it, Jesus. Can you leave the room there? I'm just going to leave the cameras rolling. No, that'd be weird. Anyway, yeah. But you know what? 382 million views, and yet, I might as well do it on OnlyFans. And then, and yet, when you play it live, you know, most people are just like, what the fuck's this?
Yeah.
And then people wonder why you just end up playing Shang-a-Lang.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, Craig, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I feel like when it comes to like learning new songs, you have to be really like picky with it, like, because I feel like every time, like even maybe like 5 years ago or whatever, we would hear new songs that are coming out and go, right, okay, we probably should learn this one. And then we'll learn it, play it, and everybody just goes back to their seats and just doesn't care. And I'm like, I thought this was like the new thing.
Yeah.
So like I usually give it like, you know, if it's been for about 10 weeks and people are still going on about it, then I'll go, right, okay, that's when I'll learn it, you know. Like we were quite late to like we always get quite, you know, not lazy, but just we kind of take our time learning newer stuff because we don't know how well it really does.
Yeah.
And like if people are exaggerating the fuck out of it, as some people tend to do,
then
that's when we go, right, okay, we'll probably learn it. Like we should have learned The Weeknd ages ago.
Oh yeah.
But we didn't.
What is the song? You do a few weekend songs.
I would do Blinding Lights, I Can't Feel My Face, and
I can feel my face when I'm with you.
Yeah, that does well actually.
But I like it.
Yeah. And then we do I Feel It Coming. But that doesn't really do as well as we thought.
Feel it still.
I feel it coming.
Oh right, I thought you were talking about that one.
It's a great song, but like nobody really is that bothered about it.
That's weird. You know, it gets all these views, but it's like this is the thing: is kids on the school bus that are listening to them.
No.
It's not people at weddings that they don't keep up. People, anybody over the age of like 25 or 30 don't really keep up with the charts these days, do they?
No.
So like it's now that music's essentially fucking free. All the kids that don't have to spend their pocket money to listen to it. That's why the shit music's getting up the charts.
Well, that's why that's probably why the ticket prices for gigs are so expensive as well.
Because there's nobody's buying the fucking records, you know. Well, Leanne says on the other side, what song do you truly hate playing but have to grin and bear it?
Oh my god.
The whole set.
I'd say maybe 80% of the set.
That's just your own songs.
Actually, no, to be fair, we're actually quite self-indulgent with the set, but like, we're lucky that the songs that we love playing, they just happen to like as well.
Right.
It's like, because like I love pop and rock and all that, but like, I'm not one of those, oh, that's too mainstream for me. Like, I don't give a fuck, I'll play it if I like it. You know? Like, I actually still enjoy playing Shut Up and Dance and stuff like that, and you know, I still, you know, enjoy playing all the obvious hits. But there's ones like, see, like more of the kind of like Wagon Wheel, yes, Wagon Wheel, Craig, you're fucking right, Wagon Wheel all the time. Oh, Wagon Wheel I don't get it. And you know the funny thing is, like when someone asks for it, they'll ask for it like it's such a popular song, but I'll watch them like sing along, and they don't know the fucking verse apart from the chorus. So it's like I deliberately, you know, one day I'm going to play the song. If someone asks me, "Oh, can you play Wagon Wheel?" I'll go, "I no bother. I'll just sing the chorus 5 times, and I bet you any money they won't know the difference."
There's a weird thing happening recently where I feel like Caledonia's being forgotten.
Yes.
Have you noticed that as well?
No, that they just wait till the chorus. I'm like, just sing the fucking chorus.
Well, this
over
is the thing.
over.
Like sometimes because we always finish with we usually, unless instructed otherwise, we finish with 500 miles, Caledonia, and Loch Lomond.
Yeah.
Let's not give away the Loch Lomond trick. You know? And we do 500 miles. That gets everybody to the floor. And used to be the case up until about 3 or 4 years ago that Caledonia would get everybody in the circle, so they're almost ready for Loch Lomond.
Yeah.
But nowadays I just feel like people are just standing about going, what the fuck's this? Until it gets to the, because let me tell you that I love you. So nowadays I just start with the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like it's as if it's a fucking Beatles song. You know? So I just go, let me tell, and they're like, oh yeah, I know this one. Maybe start with, I don't know if you can see. It doesn't seem to know it. It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't kind of, like, you'll maybe get some people who might go, oh wait, what is that? That sounds familiar. And then the chorus comes and it clicks and it's like, oh right, okay, cool. But it's just people who, you know, who say, oh, can you play this song? It's my favourite song.
Aye.
And you'll be surprised how well they don't know it.
They don't know it, exactly. It even happens with like Proud Mary and Mr. Brightside and stuff like that. People, it just shows how, I mean, it's kind of weird because we're musicians and that's what we do, and we can't really, I feel like it's maybe slightly unfair to expect everybody to know music, to know songs as well as we do. I mean, it's our job, so we should. But then again, sometimes I don't know the words and I'm literally looking at them to go like, how's this one go again? And they're singing away. Things like Belter by Jerry Cinnamon, which is still, I mean, I've played it about 1 million times, but I still haven't put it on the iPad because I'm hoping it's going to go away.
No, I don't think that one's going to go away for a long time. But no, to answer your question, Leanne, Wagon Wheel, definitely, that's up there. I'd say like Shang-a-Lang and Galway Girl. Not the Ed Sheeran one, like the traditional one. Any kind of traditionally stuff, I'm not really that kind of, you know.
Where do you stand on the Proclaimers then? Like, I'm not, obviously 500 miles isn't really a Proclaimers song anymore, it's just a song. Like, you know, it's like, but
the Proclaimers do a cover of their own song. That's how much it is. Yeah. No, I don't.
Nearly fall down Neely's on and said, Dignity. Remember that story Dean was telling me? Oh my god. There was just to fill you in, there was one wedding we did where a woman, it was at the Seymour Hydro, and this woman just comes up and said, Dignity! And then Dean was like, what? As if he didn't hear her, and she's like, Dignity! And then she turned around, dropped her drink, spilled it, and her fucking skirt went up in the air. She was like, it's so ironic that you just lost the one thing that you requested.
Did you say that over the mic?
No, I wouldn't.
That would be so funny.
No, I never. I don't. I'm not as abrasive with people on the mic as I used to be. It's kind of I'm maybe getting a bit too polite in my old age.
All right.
But you've never really been like that, have you? You don't take the piss out of the audience as much.
No, to be honest, I don't really talk a lot.
Oh, remember the one about the one I had at Stramash a couple of weeks ago?
Oh.
The girl was just staring me daggers at Stramash. Like, her pals were all dancing about like mad, they were loving it, and she was like, which camera when I come at you? Staring at me like that. But she was quite hot, and I said, has anybody ever told you look like Emily Blunt? She went, no. I said, there's a reason for that. And the manager, when he paid me, was like, man, that was the best bit of the gig. And the sound guy come down and he was like, why are you so harsh on that bird? I was like, mate, turn that mic back on, I'm fucking harsh. I'll show you what harsh looks like, bitch.
Book 3-card trick for your wedding, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm super polite at weddings. I mean, I'm super polite to anybody who's nice to us.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's no reason to be a dick if people aren't being a dick to you.
Yeah.
Although we did do a wedding a few days ago where people just were not. They were just. It was a weird one because they seemed to get sober as the night went on. Mm-hmm. They got to like 11. It was down. I don't want to say what it was because somebody might notice at the stairs, and they would kind of dancing sporadically throughout the night, and they wanted a bit of blink and a bit of cheese and a bit of rock and like cool. And then it got to 11 o'clock, and it just seemed like somebody pulled the plug. Like everybody just instantly sobered up, and they just sat there, just like they weren't even talking to each other. They were just kind of like sitting there staring at us. And after every song, and they wouldn't applaud. I don't mind if people aren't dancing. If they at least go, well, we're having a good time, by the way. We're just not up for dancing. I don't mind if they dance, but don't clap.
Aye.
I would prefer that, obviously. But they were just sitting there, just staring at us. And after every song, it was just silence.
Aye.
And it got to the point where I was just like, after every song, I did the thing the guy from the Hives does. And I was like, please, mate.
I should start doing that from now on, actually.
I was just waiting for the response and never came. It was like a fucking avalanche of indifference.
Yeah, that happens to us quite a lot, actually. Like, people won't even clap.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, we.
I mean, it is weird. Craig says, boring question. What effects do you use for vocal mic? Oh, we'll get to the gear stuff in a minute, Craig, for sure.
All right.
Oh, Sammy's here. How you doing, Sammy?
Hey, Sammy. How you doing, pal?
Tiny inky boots. She says, that sounds so awkward and quite rude on their part. Yeah, it is, but unless, I mean, I guess everybody who's on this stream just now is a big music lover, but not everybody is. Some people are actually annoyed when they see it, like, well,
like us.
we've just gone full circle.
See a guy with guitar, like, oh fuck.
Sometimes I see
stuff at the back.
Sometimes I see my own amp and guitar on stage, go, oh fuck, there's a band on. Oh shit, it's me. Earplugs in. South Park on the iPad. I'm not even here. Avalanche of indifference. Yeah, I was thinking about calling my next album that. What did we say? Your album? We get it, Alex.
I remember the last one. Your next album's gonna was it gonna be called? If you thought the last one was shit.
Oh man, one of my favourite album titles was it Primus had an album. I always thought it was Real Big Fish, but I think it's Primus. And they had an album of like greatest hits, but then they put out, like the next month, they put out an album of B-sides called They Can't All Be Zingers.
That's brilliant. Yeah. That is absolutely brilliant.
And then I think, was it Dodgy? Remember the band that did If It's Good Enough For You, It's Good Enough For Me? Yeah. They had an album there. There was a compilation album of like what they thought the best songs were and the most popular songs. And it was called Ace A's and Killer Bees.
Ah, that's quite smart. Yeah. That's smart. Cool.
Yeah. It's not as good as They Can't All Be Zingers though.
No.
The next album chat, maybe 10 years from now. Yeah, I'll keep going on these streams going, I've got a new album. It'll be ready in 10 years.
But me or him?
Well, I guess both.
Because he fucking shits them out, so, you know.
Well, I shit out songs and demos, whereas you actually take the time to carefully craft a proper album.
Well, I mean, I'll do it if I've got enough, and I feel that they're worth recording and if they kind of fit the similar theme of
right,
whatever.
So you wait until you've got enough that are worth recording. So what happened with the last album? I'm just, you know, don't try this at home, kids. We can get away with that because we know we both love each other's music. But, don't go up to it. Well, I love my music. Is it?
Yeah, fucking no. You're the one that buys it.
Sometimes I just leave Cardboard Engine streaming on repeat while I'm sleeping, just to wake up in the morning and go, oh, 6 more listens.
I got 106 more views on YouTube. My eyes are fucking really sore.
Speaking of YouTube, if you just joined us, guys, this podcast is the raw version. It's the director's cut before you get the actual movie, and the actual version will be on YouTube in a couple of weeks' time. It probably will be a couple of weeks' time at youtube.com/Gary Johnston Music, which I'm thinking of changing to MexiGary. I think I'm just going to go with that moniker from now on.
For the streams?
For the streams, yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, the show is called MexiGary Makes Friends.
Aww.
So, then we tried to do the kind of talk show thing during lockdown.
That's right.
I had my desk set up and a wee cup of coffee and everything. I had a shirt and tie on, and we tried to do it over, but it was something technical. We couldn't get it working, like the audio and video wasn't doing what it
But
should.
my boy's all grown up now. He's got a fucking Apple. Well, he's got a Mac now.
I've got an Apple.
He has an Apple as well.
Back to your shakes.
Got a massive desk, nice speakers, backdrop. Oh my god. Wow.
I've got
Scotland's Joe Rogan.
Oh man, that would be a dream. I'd love to be doing Joe Rogan's thing. Sammy says, what's more likely in the next 5 years, a Gary Alex duet album or a Gary Alex sitcom?
Oof.
Well, you fucking hit a nerve there, because we actually did start trying to write a sitcom, and we sat there for 4 hours writing. We had some story arc. It was about me and you.
That's right.
And then at the end of it, I was like, what do you think then? We hadn't finished it. We'd basically just got some ideas together. 5 hours later, he's like, I thought it was going to be like Frasier.
I didn't say me and you like Frasier. Fucking hell.
No, he's not in a sitcom.
Aye, if it was based in Mary Hill, fuck me.
Looking more like Razor.
Erasure. No, I don't know actually. Maybe both.
We're going to get an album each. We're going to do a duet album.
We'll do a duet album, and we'll maybe do a sitcom in the next 5 years. I think the sitcom will be more of a when we're retired.
Yeah, when we can't get wedding gigs anymore.
Yeah.
We'll do a sitcom about being a wedding band.
I know. And let's face it, Sammy, you're going to be the only person that watches it. So.
Yeah. Well, the only person watching this.
I know. If you're happy to fund it, then yeah, we'll try.
Well, probably. I mean, by that point, everything will be done on fucking iPhones anyway, so
well,
it won't make a difference. So who else we got on the stream? We got Neely. You still there, bro? We got Craig. He says, "Do you have a beer playing weddings?" No, I do not.
I don't know. Like the guys in my band do, but I don't see the point. Like
I'm the same nowadays.
I would rather just not. Like especially like when I was driving. Because I hate being this guy. I'm epileptic, so when I had my first seizure, I lost my license for a year, and it wasn't because of drink or anything like that. But when I got my license back, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna be super strict when it comes to just drinking in general, because I used to have like the odd wine or beer or whatever during a wedding, but I'll just not bother. I just don't see the point.
You know, the weird thing for me is like I'll have a couple of drinks at pub gigs. I try not to drink before a pub gig, although I am doing tonight because we're playing at Box at 11, which
but it's Box, so fuck, if you don't drink, you get into trouble.
Well, that's the thing, man. That reminds me of like it was a few years ago when Scott Cassidy used to work there all the time. I pulled up outside in my Focus and in my car. I'm fucking bragging about having a Focus, right? I pulled out outside, parked right outside. He goes, "You driving tonight?" Aye. So you're not drinking? No. He goes, "You haven't made a fucking effort at all, have you?" Like, brilliant. So that gave me a license to get absolutely smashed for every Box gig, which obviously hasn't been detrimental because we're still there. We're still playing there every week, every other week now. But it's not that much fun for the guys in the band.
Oh, do they not like it? Do they not like playing box? No.
No. I mean, no. They love playing box. They should love playing any gig. We used to work for Domino's and McDonald's, so even the worst gig is still better than the best job. You know. So it's but I'm just, what I mean by that, it's not fun for them is it's not fun for them if I drink a lot before a gig.
Oh, right,
and they're not, you know,
right.
they're sober and they just want to get the job done, but I'm fucking about teaching them how to swear, you know.
Well, Dean and Gibby, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, well, that's what I always say, man. I don't even know why they don't bother. I'm like, you don't have to drive tonight. Why don't you have a couple of beers? Yeah, but it's just.
Plus, like when I drink, I can't sing. Like I think I'm in tune, but I'm really not.
Right.
Like my voice just goes like completely out of tune when I'm actually like steaming.
Right.
You know, but I just don't bother. Plus, I'm pushing 40 now. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not that guy anymore. You know, like I'm just no. I don't have the energy for it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was like, I mean, I thought although Eddie was up last night, and what a stupid idea to have Eddie doing the first of 3 podcasts in a row. I was kind of hanging today. I was like, oh my god, Alex is coming up. But I was actually all right. But I didn't actually think we drank that much. I probably had like 3 cans of cider on the stream, a couple of shots of Jaeger. Went to the Wolf. Actually, I probably did drink a lot of it. By the time I woke up, I was like, I feel fine. And it was because I was still rolling on it, you know. But,
well,
no, anyway, I
was flammable, but I was still alright.
Yeah. My pee was fucking luminous.
It glowed in the dark.
Yeah, what was that stuff that you used to drink out the Wolf? The shots.
Oh, so there was this.
He's one of the most picky drinkers I've ever fucking met in my life.
I'm not. There was a shot called Agua. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but I think they stopped. Did they stop making it?
Well, they stopped getting into the Wolf anyway. I know that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to come by now. I think we actually did drink the last bottle that night.
Did we?
I think we did.
Was that one of your birthdays?
I don't know if it was my birthday. I don't think so. No, but it was me, you, Dean, Gibby. I think we all kind of just got a massive round of Agua in, and then I think Oliver said that. That's the last bottle, by the way.
Oh shit!
So I don't know if that's the last bottle ever, but it's quite hard to find now, which is a shame because I'm not really a shots guy anymore. I mean, you'll know it yourself, man. When we lived together, fucking shots every night, tequila, anything goes. It was fine. Woke up, I was fine. See now, the thought of doing a shot, fuck.
Yeah.
No.
I was talking to the guys about that the other day. Actually, how we used to, when me and Alex used to live together, we would like. Where I was like texting, you know, what time are you going to be in from your gig tonight? 1, cool, I'll see you there. And we booked a taxi as we were driving into the car park, and then we would get the taxi to either a quiet pub or the casino, and just only talk to each other. It's like we've got this nice massive flat on the sea. We could have just sat in there. And then we just went to the casino and spent our money on their booze when we could have drank ours. I thought it was weird how we used to just go out and still not talk to anybody. But
well, you know, you have to get fresh air somehow, you know.
That's kind of how I still am, to be honest. Let's have a massive night out and not talk to anybody. Yeah. Oh, Neely's still here. Craig says he used to, when it was just guitar, the vocals fucked it. All right, he used to drink.
Right.
He used to, well, not drink, but, you know, have a drink at weddings. The vocals, but you're totally right there, Craig. And I'm starting to notice that because I'm actually a little bit older than Alex, and I'm noticing that if I drink, you know, before a gig, it just like, it's one thing to drink when you're doing 245s at a pub gig, you know, but it's another thing to do 4 hours. I just don't think I could manage it. And if somebody comes up and they're very insistent about having a beer, I'll maybe have a pint of cider. But I'm not going to start getting in about it for a wedding gig. Not even, that's needless to say, talking like the way that I would talk on the mic at a wedding. Because I just don't trust myself to do it properly when I'm singing. So, I just like to enjoy the music and enjoy the dance floor.
Yeah. Plus, I'm driving as well, so I just don't see the point. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know if I'm paranoid that, you know, if I get stopped by the police and they breathalyze me, like because I had 1 beer and knowing my luck, I'll fucking go, no, I'll get the slap in the wrist.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Is it?
I don't know. Like, I mean, the guys in my band, they'll have like a couple of pints or whatever, but they're, you know, responsible adults. You know.
Yeah. I think you could probably get away with it when you're younger as well. Like people can give you a buy. They'll go, well, they're young.
Yeah.
You know, so. But when you get a bit older, it's a bit embarrassing to be nearly 40 and drinking Jaeger bombs with the kids and all that. Yeah.
Hey, no, like it's not even so much that. I physically see the idea of a hangover. I can't handle it, man. You know, like the thing is, like my entire 20s, I never got hangovers, and so I thought, oh, this is fucking brilliant. I'll just do this all the time. And then my first hangover, I was like, so that's what it feels like, right? Maybe just a wee Subway sandwich and a donut might be preferable.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it's paying off right now.
No, you're looking great, man.
But
you've been losing a bit of weight, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. 4 months with a personal trainer, and I wanted to kill myself, but still, it's good though. It's good.
What was in the? I noticed that was a very conservative salad you had tonight.
It was just chicken and chicken.
Did you?
And chicken as well, by the way.
Yeah, there was chickpeas and lettuce and stuff like that.
Just all the usual stuff that you should probably have more of. But
I don't really have a problem with salads, man. You know, you can spice them up with a bit of sauce.
Oh yeah,
and that,
definitely. To be honest,
I lived off Frank's hot sauce for about a month. You know, I love that stuff. I put it on my fucking cornflakes.
Oh fuck!
Not really though, but kind of.
I actually get stuffed eating salad. The one fucking thing that you would never expect to be full on, and it's salad, because like you think, okay, you can have, apparently you can have like an unlimited amount of green vegetables as long as it's green. So you think, oh, I'll just put the whole fucking container in it then and eat it, and then you think, wait a minute, I'm fucking stuffed here.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a case of like retraining yourself to not. I've never really been a big eater anyway, man. But I can't get on my high horse because I'm like, I don't eat McDonald's and KFC and all this shit. Meanwhile, I've got half a bottle of Jack in one hand and a Marlboro Light in the other. It's like, hey, I don't get on my soapbox about it. But I'm a bit like my mum, like because my mum doesn't eat that much, but she smokes a lot. But smoking stifles your appetite.
It does, aye.
Yeah.
I so I heard.
Aye, yeah. You never smoked. I remember you used to be into cigars.
Aye, that's when I was a pretentious wank, But no, I do miss actually a wee cigar every now and again. In fact, that was probably the last time I smoked one. Was all the years ago. Seriously, that was
really,
a long time ago. Actually,
it was the time. Yeah. It was the night we were in box, and you. I think it was 11 o'clock. We went out, and I'm going for the fag, and a couple of guys came out for the fag, and you came out and lit up a cigar, and like.
And the guys went back in. It's like, right, I'll see you in about 5 hours.
Yeah, come out.
I just need to finish this.
Come out half an hour later for another cigarette. And he's only about a quarter of the way through it. What are you doing? I forgot my clipper. The wee clippers that you clip the end off a lip.
Fucking, I can't believe I did that.
Right, we're coming up on an hour, so we're going to take a little break just now. But I'm going to play some unsigned bands music from YouTube. Alright guys, we're back. Sorry for the delay there. Connor says, should start a drinking game with this podcast. Take a drink for every mention of a night in box, or that should be the name of the next album. I might need to stock up. Brilliant. Leanne says, can't beat the originals. Oh, thanks Leanne, that's nice of you to say. Tony Smiley's here. Thank you for hanging out, Tony. Lovely to see you. Tony is one of the fucking best looping guys you'll ever see. I mean, he makes a song from scratch. He's a great. I think he's mainly a keyboardist, but he's a fucking phenomenal drummer as well. And he plays guitar. And I wonder if we could. Tony, if you're still here, I hope this isn't cheeky, but I'm just going to hijack your Twitch channel for a second here, and see if I can find. A video to play. Do you want to talk to the kids for a minute, Alex, while I find this?
So once upon a time. Okay, I'm just looking at the comments here. Oh, so Craig, to answer your question about the
please, if you can even check
the
6
vocals
only.
Oh, never mind. Hold on.
Sorry, carry on.
To answer your question, Craig, about any vocal pedals I use, I only use a reverb pedal, and that's because I'm a lazy bastard. Because I didn't see. I like the idea just like turning the reverb pedal off to talk to the crowd and then just back on instead of going to the desk and hitting the effects mute button on and off again. So it just for me it was a bit handy to just have a reverb pedal. But yeah, it's a TC electronic and that's all I use. But yeah, and I actually I've got it in my I'm the bass player in the band, so I've got a bass pedal board, like the big Boss one with the plastic lid and it clips on and off, and my vocal pedal's just always in that, but the XLRs are in it as well, already connected, so it just means that I can just unclip the board and just connect it right away instead of having to fish through cables, and you know what I mean. So it's a lot easier for me. But yeah, that's the main reason why I use it, is because it just makes it simpler to turn it on and off again at the foot. So yeah, the red one. That's it, the red one. And I know it has like the delay and like the correction and all that shit as well, but I think I even took the knobs off it. But yeah, I just use it for reverb. That's all I do.
Just going to show the guys a little bit of Tony Smiley's stream, if that's all right, man. I love how I said, he's mainly a keyboardist and a drummer, and he plays guitar as well. He's actually a fucking phenomenal guitar player.
Sounds beautiful, actually.
Yeah. Thanks for the shout out there, Leanne, for Tony. But this is, I kind of want to take it back to show you how he builds up his loops.
All right. What do you guys think? What do y'all think?
Maybe that's a backing track. Well, fine. Next time I do a stream, we'll have a proper look at Tony's stream, because he's fucking phenomenal looping in that. Thanks for hanging out though, Tony. Craig, so he says, what settings do you use on the red one?
Yeah, that's it. Just the reverb.
Oh, just the reverb.
I just have it kind of. I don't know. I like a bit of reverb in the vocals all the time. Mm-hmm. And because it's coming from the pedal, I don't have to worry about reverb sounding different out from front of house than it is in the monitor and all that. I know that it's always going to be what I'm hearing is what they're hearing.
Right.
So I just prefer it.
Right.
I suppose, yeah.
I was going to ask you what you're using for. Are you using in-ears or have you got wedge monitors?
Right. I've got fucking something to say about in-ears, right?
All right.
I love the idea of them, but could they just stop fucking breaking so easily? Like, oh my fucking god! I bought a pair of Shure, I think it's 535s, and they weren't cheap as well. Actually, I think they were about 300 quid, like 320 quid or something like that. And but I was getting to the point where like my drummer's quite a hard hitter, and like we are quite a loud band. But that's the reason why I like the band, is because we're we're loud, But it was starting to have an effect on my hearing, and an actual floor monitor wasn't cutting it anymore. And so what I used to do is actually, I don't know if you know, there's a Bose speaker called the Bose Pro L1 Pro 16. It's like a small little linery, but it's loud. I usually have that behind me, and that works as not only a bass amp, but a vocal monitor as well. So it's like an all-in-one thing. It's great. But because everything else was so loud, I think my hearing was starting to go a little bit, and I was getting a little bit paranoid, and so I ended up just buying. I actually had a pair of in-ear monitors in my bag that I'd completely forgotten about. It was just like a cheap pair that I had for, I think it was like 50 quid or something like that. And I thought, I'll just use them. And the difference, I was like, oh my god, Ricky, I really need to invest in a good pair. Right. So I got a good pair about a month ago, and within about 2 weeks of having it, the left one just stopped working.
Ah, shit.
And so I've just recently taken it back. I'm actually picking it up next week. So hopefully I'll get it before Friday. And but yeah, I do like the in-ears, but I'm just, and still even at that, I'll just maybe wear one and just have my right ear, because like I'm on the. So if you were standing on the stage, I'm always on the right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll just have an in-ear for where the drummer is, and then I'll just like having that peripheral hearing outside. I don't like to like be completely isolated, you know. I still like hearing. Yeah,
I'm the same. That's one of the reasons why I've never used earplugs, is because I like the interaction with the crowd.
Yeah.
But I realised when I started getting tinnitus really bad, to the point where it was getting to the point where, well, hold on a minute. Rack of Doom. How you doing, Rack of Doom? Oh, wait a minute. Rack of Doom, have you been here before? I recognise that. Oh, wait a minute. That may be Eddie.
Who?
That might be Eddie, Rack of Doom.
Rack of Doom.
Yeah, the dark green one that's up there. Tenny Kibbutz says, this is a bit off topic, but have either of you played gigs in Dublin? I played once in Dublin with a Jerry Lee Lewis tribute band, I believe, at the time. I was just playing bass.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean just playing bass. I mean, I play guitar. I wasn't playing guitar at the time. There was no guitar player in the band.
Right, bear in mind, Gary. Bear in mind, I play bass. I don't call myself a bass player. I just play bass. Yeah. So I'm not offended by that, man.
Yeah. Sammy says, I absolutely loved the Dublin music scene. So much talent, but the price of drinks was crippling.
Aye, I know.
It's fucking 10 quid for a pint of Guinness nowadays, man.
Well, I mean, there's like, what's that famous place in Dublin? The Temple
Bar.
Where it was literally about, 12, 15 quid for a pint. But I think everywhere else we went, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But that place in particular, I don't know why, but like the drinks were fucking extortionate.
Well, I think it's because that's just like the centre of Dublin. It's like the tourist attraction place.
Yeah.
Everybody that you'll speak to from Ireland says, don't ever go to Temple Bar.
Aye. We went in once and then they just about turned and walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's a cool place though, Dublin. Like, if you can afford it, it's fucking great. I went to see Brad Paisley there, actually.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend just went, was it last... when did it go? I can't remember. It was like a good few months ago now. Maybe last year, maybe. I don't know. But that was my first time in Dublin. I'd never been to Dublin before.
Right.
And I just kind of felt, like, how different is it for here, really? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's like, you're right, man.
That's why I never really bothered. Like, and then I ended up loving it.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
I think Dublin's more similar to Edinburgh than it is to Glasgow.
Yeah, you might be right there, actually. Yeah, you may be right. Yeah.
I just think because Edinburgh's got more tourists.
Oh well, definitely for that in that point of view, definitely. But that's where I got my Gibson. That's where I got my new Gibson. My Gibson Hummingbird.
Nice one.
Yeah.
You should have brought it with you so we could hear it.
I know, I should have, but it's beautiful.
Are we going to get a song off you today, by the way?
Well, I suppose I fucking have to now.
GKP1922 says, figured out how to log on. Hi, guys. Alright, some people forget that because they've got a username, we don't know their actual name. So who's GKP1922? And hey, Eddie. Gillian.
Oh, hi, Gillian.
Hi, Gillian.
What Gillian is this? I'm sure I know a few Gillians.
This might be one of your Gillians.
Gillian.
Alex played my wedding. Gary, you played my sister Kirsty's. Is that Kirsty? Is that Kirsty?
Oh, fuck. Hi, Gillian. Sorry.
Is that Rammstein fan Kirsty? KK the on average, as her name is on here. So hey Eddie, by the way, Eddie, if you're still there, can you tell me if it sounds balanced? If the vocals, if the mics sound balanced, volume wise, because I think yesterday Eddie was there, but his mic was a bit lower than mine when I listened to it back. I'll be able to fix it with compression and that, like so. See, that's why I love our mods. Leanne's there. saying hello to all the new folks. All sounds great. Thanks, Eddie. Right, are we going to get a tune off, Alex? May I request it?
Oh, right, okay, what are we having?
Well, what came to your minds? What song would you have picked straight away?
I didn't really give it much thought, to be honest. I didn't really know I was given a song, but
well, you mean you don't have to, obviously. But
no, it's fine.
I think everybody here would enjoy to hear whatever you're gonna sing. So,
well, you said you got a request.
I was gonna ask for the song Aura.
Oh fuck! Right, okay, wow, right, okay, wow, okay, cool.
There you go, sir.
Right, apologies, guys. I've not played my own songs in a while.
We haven't sound checked the acoustics, so if it sounds crap, sorry about that. Oh, that sounds
you guys
okay.
hear that? Alright, okay.
Well, if you don't want to do Aura, you're welcome to do another one. But I really love Aura. I was watching the video the other day.
Aye.
Alex's video. In fact,
Alex, play the video.
Play a different song just now, and then we'll play the video for Aura. How's that sound?
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Okay.
Right, okay, cool. Right, I'll do another wee fan favourite of Gary's. I know he likes this one.
Yay!
Yeah. Does this half a step, aye?
Yes.
Cool, smashing.
Because I'm a pussy!
Right, alright, so this song's called Falling In. Yeah! And this was off my second album called It Found Me. Now, I was planning on having this album like a kind of like pop rock album, which it is still very much so. But then when Gary played guitar on it, throughout most of the album, in fact almost that whole album, it instantly sounded a bit more country.
Well, that's because we were living together at the time, and we were both listening to a lot of Brad Paisley and Keith Urban. Well, I was listening to Brad Paisley, you were listening to Keith Urban, and I just assumed that was the sound you were going for.
Yeah, no, well, no, to be fair, like Keith Urban's a bit more pop rock. He's a lot more pop rocky country. Right. So because I'm not really a massive country fan, but Keith Urban is about as country as I get, and he's not even regarded as country anymore.
If you go to Nashville, which we have, and you request Keith Urban, they'll take a beer off you and kick you out of the pub. It's like, we don't play pop music here, son.
No, well, I was in that one of the first times I was in Nashville. Gary just spilled his drink all over himself.
Not even pissed, I know. Honest.
Well, one of the first times I was in Nashville, I did one of those kind of like music tours where I'm used to seeing that all the time. And you know, they named everybody but Keith Urban. They didn't speak about him at all. And at the end of the tour, I came up to the guy who was like, who was doing the tour, and I said, so like, how did Keith Urban fit into all this? And he's like, oh well, he didn't come till much later. I was like, right, but you talked about Taylor Swift and all these other guys. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Nashville likes Keith Urban, even though that was the one place where he got noticed and he was big and blah blah blah.
Yeah, he made his name there, but he's still Australian. He's not homegrown talent, and I think that might be part of it.
I was going to say, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the reason why I know the reason why most of this album and especially this song sounds the way it does is because of Gary's awesome guitar playing.
It's very nice to say.
From my head up to my feet, a feeling coming on me, waiting for reality. And I don't know if you're aware how I feel, how much I care. I hear your voice, but you're not there. I must be falling in love, losing my mind. Seems to happen every time. When I look at you and what you're up to, it's clear that I have been a fool. When you're not around, I start to have doubts. I'm not falling out, I'm falling. pick my heart up off the shelf, but I'm just lying to myself. It's your love will bring me back to hell. 'Cause all I really want for you to know is that I never wanted to let you go. So if you feel the same, just let me know. 'Cause I'm falling in love, losing my mind. It seems to happen every time. When I look at you and what you're up to, it's clear that I have been a fool. When you're not around, I start to have doubts. I'm not falling out, I'm falling. And I'm falling in and out and all around. In and out and all around. You turn my world upside down. My world upside down. There ain't no words for what I found. Whenever you are, I'm homebound. So let your world be my playground. I must be falling in love, losing my mind. It seems to happen every time. When I look at you and what you're up to, it's clear that I have been a fool. When you're not around, I start to have doubts. I'm not falling out, I'm falling. And I'm falling. I'm falling.
Whoa! Holy shit! Just off the cuff, Mr. Alex Wayt there. How good was that?
I was definitely off the fucking cuff, that's for sure.
Give us that over here, but
Right.
if I leave it plugged in, it'll keep running the battery down.
Alright, no worries.
Cheers. Oh my god, that was awesome. Honestly, man, this is it's such a weird feeling to like be like best pals with one of your favorite songwriters and singers. You know, he writes all these songs that I'm just like, like
The feeling is so mutual.
It's
as
is
well.
it fucking is it for? And well,
fucking is.
Sorry, thank you. That's the correct response.
In fact, a couple of days ago, I was listening to "I Ain't Got Time to Miss You."
Oh yeah, that's
Fucking
it, yeah.
excellent song
Yeah.
from Cardboard Engine, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Gary Johnston music.
Thank you, sir. Now, "Falling In" is a song that I always feel like that's like it's between your material and mine. It's the one that I think meets in the middle the most. Do you know what I mean?
Falling In.
Yeah, I always feel like that's like a song that I feel like would have suited one of my records, like Cardboard Engine or something like that. You know, if I had the wherewithal to write it first.
Do you know what we should do? We should pick our favourite album of each other's and then both do our versions of them.
Oh shit!
Like, so do like a version of like, you know, each other's albums. Like a like.
Well, you're gonna need a capo and I'm gonna need to detune.
There's a baritone guitar.
He does it in E, I do it in B. Get on with it. Right, look at that. Leanne says, one of my favourites of yours, Spotify regular. You smashed the original Night in Sleazy's. Are you planning on? That's a good question.
Oh, thanks very much, hon. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was a good night, actually.
She said, are you planning on any more originals nights?
I would love to, but we're so busy with the wedding band, it's hard to find. And let's face it, like, you know, if I can't get these guys to go, then no one's really going to show up. Because like that's why I had it when I had it, because I knew these guys were off, and then I'd actually have an audience to play to.
I wonder if like the Chili's and the Foos do that. Like, we got an album launch at Wembley. Can you guys make it? Now we're on tour in Japan that day.
I know, you know, it probably is like that.
Yeah, we should do another one together. It's probably my turn to organise one, man, because I think you've had us on a couple of yours recently. I say recently, I mean in the last 5 years.
I know. I do want to play more original stuff, but like also finding a band as well is like really hard. Like you guys, you have your own band for both covers and originals.
Oh, so your band that you played with at Sleazy's, is that not your regular outfit now then?
No.
Is that just for that one gig?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I can find guys who, because the problem is, all the guys that I like playing with are all in other bands as well, and I would use my own band, but I don't think my stuff is their kind of thing, which is why I don't really say, Although I think they'd be happy to do it or whatever, but I think I would like to, because I've been playing with the guys in the Lockharts for so long. I think because I think my drummer Gary, he has a Smiths tribute thing, and before that he had a Springsteen thing, and so he's got other things as well. And so I thought, you know what, it'd be good to have like another side thing like separate from that on the go as well,
Yeah.
But, which is my own stuff. But like if I'm not doing it myself acoustically, I would like to maybe get like even just like a 3-piece band. I think would be enough. But the guys that I like playing with are also in wedding bands as well, and they're really, really busy as well. So it's just kind of hard to find not only the guys but the time.
Yeah,
as well.
I understand that.
The time off. So
I mean, I never. When you talk about this stuff, it makes me realise how lucky I am that Gibby and Dean are A, my favourite players to do anything, and B, always available when I am, because they don't do anything else. Really.
But the thing is, like, you guys like love playing each other's songs as well.
Oh,
like,
absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, some of Dean's songs. In fact, we'll play some of Dean's in a little bit. We'll
play absolutely, man. Definitely.
Bit of a Mousetrap or something on a bit. But I really want to get this song played before I forget. It's I wouldn't say it's my favourite song off your new album, because you're I say new album. It was a couple of a year ago.
A year ago, aye.
Yeah. I think my favourite one in it is Side Effect, actually. Yeah. It's just because it keeps going up in key. Like, it's already high, you then you take it up another key towards the end. It's like, Side Effect, like, fucking yes! Sitting in the van, pissing myself laughing. Because I just tend to, when something's great, like musically, I don't know how else to express how much I enjoy it other than just laughing. If I see a guy playing an amazing solo, I just like laugh at how great it is.
Oh, right.
It's not like taking.
It's like a state. State that guy tries to sing.
I mean, I don't sit there like in awe. Like some people go. I'm just like fucking yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just have that response. It's a natural response, but
yeah.
I think it's just because I just like laughing. Right, let's have a little bit of aura.
Oh, right.
We don't need to go full screen. We'll just chuck it here. If you guys haven't heard this was the first single, and I think it wasn't the first single off your last album.
It was the second single.
Second single, and this video, if you can see the video, it's absolutely brilliant. We'll talk about who shot it, and it was your idea, it was your concept, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So let's see what you guys think of this. Aura by Alex Wayt.
Wow, it seems a lot longer ago than what it was. Oh my God, was I ever? Oh, fucking hell.
It's coming again, I feel the wave.
Wow.
Watching the room spin round again. What's coming?
Yeah, I didn't realise how fucking fat I looked there, man,
Oh, you look fucking awesome, man.
That's just like, because I've lost a bit of weight from about 4 months ago, so like when I look at that, I'm like, fucking hell, man, I didn't realise how big I was until seeing it.
Alright, Sammy, see you later, pal. Cheers.
Thanks, Sammy. Good seeing you, pal. Cheers.
Whenever I reveal that I'm not making sense to you or anyone who's near, is it a one inside for when I lose my mind? 'Cause outside I may look fine, but terrified inside. This is how I feel.
See, now this is the point at which, is this the first bit at which you realise what the concept is, or was it just before that?
Yeah, like the whole thing's just one continuous, or at least made to look continuous.
It's a bit that Eagle Eye Cherry song, Save Tonight.
That's where the inspiration came from, actually.
Right.
I just love that one take, that was really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It took me a long time when I was, there's you again. That's probably the most money you've ever made in a night.
Yeah, and some cunt stole it. And then some cunts found it. I like how I'm jogging in that video when that's something that I should have done a lot ago.
Acting there, man. Unless you actually did run over somebody. I love how it's all in Glasgow city centre as well, so like people can see the game. So wait a minute, so you paid him 20 quid because you ran him over?
Yeah, I paid myself 20 quid because I ran myself over.
You did that more often, be a millionaire.
Or dead.
Oh man. I bloody love this video.
That was good fun. We did that in about 4 hours.
No way.
3-4 hours maybe.
It's, as I was saying there, it's
And that was during lockdown. That was still, during.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, it must have been. I was gonna say it must have been hard to do it in Glasgow city centre at that kind of time of night.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be full of fucking steamers and.
It was actually.
Was it?
But it was still quiet enough to pull it off. But that was a guy. The guy that did that video was a young guy called Connor Grant, and he was an absolute fucking pleasure to work with. If you follow him on Instagram, actually, he does a lot of videos like that, and he's really, really talented. He's a really, really good guy.
But the concept was all yours, or was it the idea?
The idea was mine, but he came up with some of them were, but he came up with like in detail what those ideas would be. So I came up with a general concept that I wanted to do something kind of like continuous, like maybe just like walking down the street or.
So, but then he did the blocking and the framing and all that kind of stuff.
But he came up with like what if one of these was like a jogger, and one of these was like maybe like you were in a car. I'm like, oh, that's okay, that's fine. Like, so he kind of added a bit more detail to it, whereas I was a bit more general. But I knew I wanted to do something kind of like that.
Great.
And so we both kind of just bounced ideas off each other, and just that we just shot that with his pal as well, who played me in the outside shots that were supposed to be me.
Now, an interesting thing for me is, and you probably feel this as well, man. Like when it comes to recording the actual music itself, I don't like outside advice. Like, I know what it should sound like. Right. Aside from the guys in the band. Yeah. Like, I don't like working with producers that are like, why don't you do this? Well, or when they force their opinions on you. You need to do it like this, you need to use this sound, and you need to chop this verse out. And I'm like, no, that's my side of it. You just make whatever I come up with sound great. You know what I mean? It's like, I know what I'm doing on this end of it. Or I feel like I do. And that's a very cocky thing to say. But if I'm not, unless you're working with like the Beatles producer or like Foo Fighters producers, if it's somebody at grassroots level the same way we are, unless they've already got a name for themselves as a producer, then I guess like, why would I take like advice from you?
Yeah, I mean, like, some people are different. Some people go, like, you know, they won't even have any kind of input at all. They'll
I
just
don't.
let you
Yeah,
do what you
that's
do.
one thing I don't like either. I'm quite picky.
Aye,
So I don't like them to just go, right, fine, record, you know, and then you find out months later, weeks later when you get the recording back, it's like, my fucking guitar, the rhythm guitar was out of tune. Why did you tell me?
Oh, if it's that bad, then that
Yeah,
should be
slightly out of tune, or that was out of time, or you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you didn't fix this. It's like, well, that's your job as a producer to tighten up all the. I mean, yeah, if it's somebody who's like got a reputation.
Well, I mean, I think like I think when you're like going to like record things with people, like there's a difference between, you know, a sound engineer and a producer.
Mhm.
I think the producer's just there to record and do it the best way possible.
Yeah.
But I think a producer's like maybe try to find ways to make the song sound better, or, you know, structure wise maybe, or whatever. But
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Like I think with a lot of songwriters, like they're quite
Precious.
about
Yeah.
you know how they've wrote it, and they want to do it that way, and that's fine. Like, you know if you're paying them, then, you know, like the guy that I worked with in that song. In fact, the last two albums,
Sandy.
the Foundry Music Lab in Motherwell. He, like, I was running late for a session one day, and it was for when we were recording a song called My Sweet Time, and I got there and we'd already recorded parts of it, and then I came in the next day to continue, and he was just messing about on the guitar and came up with, like, he just did this on his own. He didn't have to do that, but he was just messing with the guitar and came up as I was coming in.
Right.
And I remember being mind blown. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, I'm just messing about with some guitar ideas, but, you know, see if you liked them. If you don't, it's no big deal. I was
Yeah.
like, no, keep that. I like that, keep that. Maybe know that, keep that. And, like, if his input, you know, made that song as well, do you know what I mean? So, but it was things like that, like, because at the beginning when I did like Crossing Tremainsville and the first album, I was very, it has to go like this, it has to go like that. I didn't listen to anything. But then the guy I worked with, Sam, at the time, he would do like keyboard parts and stuff like that and throw in his little bit of creativity in it, and it just made it that much better. So I learned kind of not to be too precious about it.
Right.
Like, unless like, I'll learn to be precious about the things that I'm definitely wanting to be in there, and then the rest of it I'll just kind of see what happens,
Right.
and kind of just, you know,
I know what you mean, man.
and
Yeah,
however
yeah.
it's going to sound, that's how it will sound, you know.
Yeah, I guess I guess I'm kind of the same. I was maybe a bit abrasive earlier on when I was like, don't give me any input. I'm like, don't give me any input. What I meant was, like, don't give me any input on what I know I'm good at, which is guitar tones and sounds and arrangements. You know what I mean?
Don't give me an input, yeah, good, yeah, but I need an input from
Yeah, I
it.
need give me one input. You know. But yeah, when people start saying, "Oh, you should use this sound," I'm like, "No, we're coming from different backgrounds here." But if the drums, if somebody wants to like have a different drum sound or a different bass sound, I'm like, great, because as long as the shit that I cared about is fine and not altered with, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
Sam did my first album as well. He added a couple of keyboard bits and that.
yeah.
Robbie Noble as well added keys. And
That's
it was
right,
like,
aye.
See, when it comes to keys and strings and all that, I'm like, yeah, so what? I don't care. You know, I can't do it, so why would I advise you on it? You know?
No, but that's the thing. Like, they would maybe suggest things that you would never have thought of before, and it's like, actually, you know what? It does make sense, and blah blah blah. It's just little things like that. It's like, when it comes to actually writing the song, I can't co-write or like work with the people. I can't do that. But when it comes to actually like writing a song, yeah, like structure wise and how certain things will go, that's it. I mean, Sandy even suggested, what was it? I can't remember what song it was, but I was doing we were recording vocals, and I did a melody, and Sandy stopped. He's like, Alex, why don't you try changing that one note to that note or whatever, or like changing the timing of it or whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah, it does make a lot of sense. I don't know why I was overcomplicating that. So there's little things like that actually makes it a bit catchier. So it's little things like that. And the guy he recorded Wet Wet Wet. Do you know what I mean? Like, who am I to say, Sandy, if you don't mind? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, well, like, I'm fair enough. And don't get me wrong, if I don't like it, I'll say, do Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, they're getting paid, so
Yeah.
you know, and they don't owe you anything. Like, you know, if you're paying them to do a job, they'll do it if they'll do whatever you want.
That's what I love about it.
It's
man.
up to you whether you want to, like, you know, take some advice.
As long as they do, as long as it is up to you. You know,
Oh, yeah,
as long
yeah.
as they don't push the point on you. I mean, you know, you're welcome to give anybody advice, but it's up to them whether they want to take it or not. But yeah, I love working with producers who go, why don't you?
Yeah.
But when they and there's sometimes it's happened. Not recently. I'm talking about years ago. By the way, guys, I'm not talking about anybody that I've worked with recently. I'm talking about years ago. Like Mexico and Rocket Fox had albums and stuff, and Joker's Rage and stuff like that. And there's just sometimes I just felt like my bit of the whole thing was fucked with a little bit too much, and it was out of my control. And I didn't even notice sometimes until after we got the finished product back, and I was like, why is there a flanger on the bridge?
Oh, it got to that.
Things like that, you know.
Right.
And then they were like, oh, I just thought it sounded better. And I was like, well, change it.
Right.
Well, you've already paid for it, you know. It was just things back then. I've got a good relationship with all the guys that we work with now, and as do you with Sandy. Although I would like to go over to the Foundry and do a couple of tunes.
Yeah, no, I recommend it, man. He's a great guy to work with.
I mean, it's getting to the point for me where it's like, holy shit, you're working with the guy who worked with Wet Wet Wet, and now I'm like, if I booked a session, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm working with a guy who worked with Alex Wayt.
Right.
You're gonna get my album to sound like his. I'm totally sold. You know, but again, you know, there's different. It's like us as musicians. You know, we're not like great at everything, and the same applies to studios. You know, like studios are sometimes good at one thing and not good at another. Whereas what I think Sandy's good at is your sound.
I think the more involved they get creatively, the more you're kind of likely to add them in the credits, at least in the song, because, like, you know, there is a point where, you know, their input kind of makes or breaks, well, not breaks the song, but just kind of, you know, makes a difference.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, at least, you know, put their name on it as, like, you know, they, you know, were like maybe, I don't know, not wrote the song, but just more kind of like production wise, like, you know, as long as you give them like lots of mentions and recommendations. Like, I can't recommend the Foundry Music Lab enough, actually. Well, right. Sandy really enough. And it's frustrating as well because, like, I've not written a song in a while, and I'm excited to get back into the studio again, but I just don't have any. I've got like maybe some material that I could do, but nothing. Like, it'd be one of those things where I could record another song again, but that's the only thing I would have. And then that song would be out for a while yet before I had an album, you know?
Let's say we always end up talking about this albums versus singles versus EPs versus... And I don't think that matters anymore. Like, if you guys... Oh, sorry, I missed a comment there. Genuine Fuckface Leanne said, I've got a thing for One More Try and Aura. Absolutely fantastic album.
Thanks, pal.
Now, normally... I can instantly go, oh yeah, I know that. What's One More Try go like again?
That's the first song off the latest album,
right?
Aura. So, yeah. So it's like
one more try.
One more try.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, you went for the What I liked about this album is because what did you say? There's no acoustics on it.
There's no acoustics on it at all. No.
But you went for quite different. Well, in the case of this one, drum parts, when it's not just 4 on the floor or ding jing dig.
I tried my best to not do the 4. There is still 4 on the floor stuff in it a little bit, but not as much. I'm trying to kind of
there's nothing
not
wrong
relying. Nothing wrong with it, but I did realise that I'm falling into a really terrible habit of almost every song has it.
Is that a pun? Falling into.
So I was trying my best not to like do it too much. I'm very kind of aware of that, like, don't do 4 on the floor. But if it really, really calls for it, I'll do it, you know.
Right, okay.
But my personal favourite song on that last album is probably Little Did I Know.
Little did I know. I do love that melody, man. It's like, when I first heard that one, I was like, God damn it, he beat me to it. Like, it was just that melody that was just like, little did I know.
It's just little subtle, it's just simple little things like that. Just, I don't know,
can we put, is that one on YouTube, man? Can we put that one on?
It should be, aye.
Right. I take it your whole album's on YouTube then, is it?
Yeah, it will be.
So you just put them up as individual songs.
I think so. Yeah, it was about a year ago. So.
Yeah, this has definitely got one of my favourite choruses on the album.
I love the. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, that's it there.
What would you prefer? Do you want us to put the track on?
Oh, put the track on.
Yeah, okay.
I love the snare sound.
I love the snare.
I know the snare sound's amazing. Sandy just came up with this amazing snare. It's like 1, 2. It's just snappy, you know.
I've actually just realised in this second that I'm kind of nicked that bassline type of thing for a new song of mine called Something Bad News, but
So this.
Oh, you make me this way.
Oh really? Oh wow, brilliant. Are you gonna play any of your new stuff in this?
I just realised it's only on Cubase, it's not mixed out. And I haven't found a way out Cubase to OBS yet. So what's... I just realised the genius in the title there, EP, like EP, is so it's...
I had to put an EP because I didn't know how long I would be with a full album, and I wanted to put something out there, you know, while the 10 people, while my 10 fans waited.
That chorus is just a killer, man. It's like you... I'll just turn that off.
You don't have to play this whole thing, by the way.
Well, I want to. I mean, that is you know how much I love comedy podcasts and stuff like that. And then a comedian comes up with a joke and he's like, somebody must have done this before. It's too good, you know. And it's like, and then he finds out that it's never been done. Yes, you must have been like that when you wrote this chorus. Little did I know that melody line sounds like you've known it your whole life. I love that shit. I fucking love hearing the chorus. That's why I always get excited when I hear your songs, because a lot of people, they write songs that are very expressive, yes, but not quite as hold on, I'm trying to take this kind of It's like, there's an interesting conversation that I read from Britney Spears, and I think it was in Rolling Stone magazine, and they were like, a lot of people don't see you as a songwriting artist, even though you're credited on most of your songs. This was very early on. She maybe wrote like 2 or 3 songs, 2 or 3 lines on the song, you know, like One More Time and stuff like that. And she was like, well, they went, well, you'll never be... They were kind of taking the piss out of her a little bit, and they said, you'll never really be seen in the same bracket as bands like Radiohead, like as far as artistry goes. And she was like, she actually said, like, anybody could write an album like Radiohead, but it takes a lot more skill to write a song, like one song that the world will know. You can play Baby One More Time in China, you know, and people will sing along to every word.
Yeah.
And but then again, you got Radiohead doing, but I'm a I guess that's a bad example because everybody knows that song. But
I think I know what you're trying. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's quite hard to write a great, universally accepted pop song. I'm not comparing you to Britney Spears, by the way. I'm just comparing what we do as far as like chorus writers too, because we could just sit here and go like, I can try it right now. You were talking about writer's block to me the other day, and about how writer's block isn't not being able to write something good. or it's not being able to not write something. It's not being able to write something that you like.
Yeah, you just think that everything sucks.
So you can just write 20 songs that are shite.
Yeah.
In your opinion. So like, I was walking down the street. I got myself a cup of coffee.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And an ice cream, you know. And I went down to Morrison's. I bought some flour. And I made a cake. It's fucking shite, but it's a song. You know what I mean? It's like thick plastic water and it's not far off that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Radiohead are shit because I love Radiohead. But I'm just saying.
No, I know what you mean.
It takes a lot to takes a lot of kind of after effects to come up with, like, to make sure that the chorus. It's all about the syllables and the beats, and that's why. Living on my own. It's like it needs to match perfectly.
Really repetitive.
Yeah, and you can go too far in it to being formulaic, and then you kind of lose the artistry altogether. But then when I listened to my old stuff before I really cared about hook lines and things like that, I was like just writing for the sake of it. Accidentally, sometimes you'd come across a great chorus. Like Mexico had a great song called Second to None. I'm second to none, get ready to run. Got a feeling you're way too good for me. I'm willing to try, don't try to deny. Living in a... And I was like, why is the rest of the album not as hooky as that? Because I didn't realise about repetitive hook lines and stuff like that. It just came across it by accident. Should we put a bit of... Oh, actually, this is one of mine. 66.
I yearn to see your eyes staring into mine. Your lips ripe and ready like the sweetest sip of wine.
I think I've told you this before, but I didn't actually write the lyrics of this.
Yeah, I know. You tell me, but you just put music to it.
As we cruise to 66, headed west on.
And even at that, not much music. It's literally 3 chords. I think I amended one line just to make it fit. But aside from that, it was...
Wanna feel our souls connecting through this invisible bind. Let the present drive us, baby. Let our shining future lead. Every road will take us somewhere, and with you all I need. All I need.
This is so not what I would normally write, you know what I mean? But it was during lockdown, and I just thought, you know,
I love the melody. It's just simple. All I need. Especially that break before it.
Oh yeah. I think the person who wrote the lyrics and sounded them, they were maybe slightly disappointed by how it turned out, because I think they wanted it to be more like a conservative style song, maybe like a country vibe. So now that it was impossible for me to go back to that idea after I put it to this music. I can't do it any other way. I can't think of it any other way now. But the band actually played this at Box a few months after I put this up.
I seen a recording of it actually, and I fucking loved it, man.
You said your favourite.
That live version though, like the way, especially the way Gibby played the drums. Oh my god,
that's all credit to the band, that one.
All I need.
You guys want to hear the original? You want to hear the live version of this? We'll just put a little bit of it on, because I don't want to have you hearing the same song twice. But this is the live version, and the guys in the band had never heard the song before. This, wow. You know, I just went, right, it goes like this, and that's the chords. That's a fucking beautiful guitar, by the way. And then and we just tried it, and it sounded fucking amazing. So it's called 66 brackets All I Need. Eddie said syncopation is a wonderful thing.
It definitely is.
I guess he was talking about our melody line chat there. Yeah. Leanne said, so many great songs from extremely talented men. Have either of you written and recorded a song and then... Oh, have you ever written and recorded a song to then hate it and chuck it out?
Borderline.
Fuck you, man. No, you're not saying that to me. Why didn't you tell the whole...
I cringe a little bit with the first album, actually.
You shouldn't, man.
Just a little bit, but...
That first album of yours was the reason you headlined King Tut's 10 times, wasn't it?
Fucking God.
You knew I was going to bring up at some point.
I'm never going to get away from it.
Well, one album, 10 headline slots.
Yeah, now they just don't want to know me. I think the 10th time they were like, nah, you're alright. It's like even King Tut said, yeah, we get it, Alex.
I'm telling you, man, album title.
Crossing to Mainsville was my first album, and I think when I listen back to some of the songs, I'm like, oh, really? But I mean, I still like them, but I don't know if have you written a song that you recorded, released, and then hated? You must get fucking sick of Safe and Sound. Or did you?
No, I don't actually, man. I think
she's the reason.
There was probably a point when I was actually in Rocket Fox and we were doing them all the time, and it was like, fucking Safe and Sound again. But now that you and I are both, and most people we know are in covers bands, if anybody ever requests, even on the streams, any of our original music, I'm over the moon to play any of it. Yeah. Even if it's Bread Demon. I don't give a shit. If I were in Box last week and this guy, Danny, who's an Irish singer-songwriter, he plays all over in the town and that, he came in and he asked for Cardboard Engine and In It For The Money.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we played In It For The Money, we played Cardboard Engine. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, you know. I would play that song, I would play original music all night. I would play the same original song all night for 2 hours if people enjoyed it. Because I just feel like when I'm playing other people's songs now, I'm just like, well done you. But I'm nearly 40 and I'm playing your songs.
Yeah.
You know, I thought by this point I would get to the point where I was playing my own songs at least half the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you're quite lucky that way where, well, again, like, because the guys that are in your band, like, Dean is a songwriter as well.
Oh,
you guys actually enjoy each other's songs and love playing them.
Yeah,
so
we do, man.
In fact, like, you know, even so much so that you even do them at weddings, and I'm like, that's amazing, you know. I wish I had that thing, you know.
Are you talking about the one where somebody asked us to play I Fit You as our first dance?
That's the one.
Yeah. That was really cool.
That's amazing, man, being asked to have an original song played for the first dance. That is amazing. It
was fucking unreal, actually. When I emailed them and I was like, what do you want for your first dance? And they said, I Fit You. I was like, who's that by? I assumed it wasn't me. And they went, yeah, it's you. I was like, brilliant. So, yeah. It still brings a tear to my eye to think about that. Oops.
Oh. But yeah, that version of 66 is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I think I prefer that version, actually.
Really? I mean, it's a bit more honest, you know. There's a lot of fucking digital shit going on in the other one. But Leanne says, would much rather hear originals. See, you know, if the whole world was like Leanne.
I know.
You know, and most of the people that come on the streams, to be fair, because there's a lot of guys streaming on Twitch. We could go on any Twitch channel right now with a guy or a girl with an acoustic, and they're probably playing a song that they're sick of playing. You know, like Sweet Home Alabama or something like that. It's but there is a lot of guys doing originals on here as well. But it's up to the viewers themselves to request them. That's the great thing about doing Twitch, is like you get an idea of what people want to hear directly. Because did you ever do the song list thing? So I think you had the set list at the side of the page, didn't you?
Yeah, and then it would come up. It would come up at the side what the next song I wanted to hear was and stuff like that. I hated all that, man. I couldn't stand all that.
You don't like it?
I don't know. I just didn't get I didn't really get an enjoyment out of it, and it was more kind of like learning how to use the programs and doing this right and blah blah blah. And I was like, I never really enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it because obviously I got to meet like a lot of people through it, and like like people even fucking tipped and stuff like that as well. So I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? It was really nice of them to do that and stuff. But when I think back to that, like like even like just like with the setup and stuff, and it's just, I'm not really that kind of way inclined. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really that tech heavy.
Right.
But no, that was it was good in that sense that I got to meet like all you lovely people. So yeah, so I'm glad I did it.
Eddie says, "Gotta go, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in, man."
Cheers, Eddie. Thanks, pal.
Genuine says, "I don't plan on ever getting married, but honestly, Alex, I'd have you and 3 Card Trick and only originals."
Oh.
Holy shit! What a night that would be, eh?
Wait, who said that?
Leanne.
Oh, thanks, Leanne.
That's amazing.
Oh wow.
She probably knows all of our stuff better than we do.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Even when I was playing Falling In there, I'm like, oh fuck, what's the second verse again?
Yeah, let's go. Well, I probably know your songs better than you do.
Oh, definitely.
Not to play, but to listen to. Anyway, I don't know if we're going to take a break or we're just going to wrap it up right now. It's 9:15, and Gibby's picking us up in half an hour. So do you want to just call it a day?
We can if you want.
Leanne, could you find somebody for us to raid, please? Might as well send our troops over somewhere. Make ourselves useful in the Twitch sphere.
Is Craig gone, aye?
Craig seems to have gone many moons ago.
Right. Yeah. Cool. No worries. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Arno, Arno used to be the sound guy at the Sleazy.
Arno, where are you?
I think he's probably in Holland, isn't he?
Right, come back to Edinburgh, please.
Yeah, please, we need you.
We really need you, man. If you've been hearing the sound at Stramash recently, oh man, come back, pal. I hope you're well.
Well, I mean, stage sound. The front of the house is always good.
Oh yeah.
You can't really fuck that up, but oh no. Can you give me the actual link for that, please, Leanne? Or the actual screen name.
Living in Rotterdam. Oh wow, cool. Congratulations. I hope it's nice there.
Rotterdam. Yeah, we miss you too, man.
Yeah.
Best sound guy we've ever had at Sleazy's. I keep saying Sleazy's, it's Stramash, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, his hometown. Oh, right, okay. So I take it you're not coming back anytime soon then.
Right, I'm just going to have to look for Dan Young music on Twitch. Here we go. God.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a good time.
The one and only Gary Johnston. Definitely keep doing this, man. This is a lot of fun.
Leanne says, Dan Young music, don't ask me to get the proper link, I'm not a good mod. You're a brilliant mod. You're a much better mod than I am a host. So thanks for that. And I want to say a massive thank you to Alex Wayt here for being on the podcast. Give it up for Alex Wayt.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to have the sensational Mr. Doug Jagger. That'll be interesting.
I love Doug. Nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, Doug's amazing.
Well, I bet his podcast is a lot better than this fucking one. Holy shit.
No, come on, man.
Oh, man. So, what do you guys talk about then?
What do me and Doug talk about? Same thing that me and you do.
Really?
Songwriting, gear,
Brilliant.
weddings, stuff like that. So, yeah, tune in. Are you gigging tomorrow night?
No. But
no excuse then.
I do have plans. But,
Thank you, Leanne. That's amazing. Right, we're going to raid Dan Young Music. I've never heard of this guy. Let's see if he's any good.
Thanks, Leanne Hun. Lovely to talk to you again.
Right, guys. Catch you later. Love you. Where am I? Watch camera?
Thank you.
Camera 2.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Love you. Cheers, guys.
Goodbye. Thank you.